Big up, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, man. And of course, I have a special guest with me today. We already know we're going to talk about, of course, our new show, Juve Uncensored episode 1, everybody. So make sure, of course, to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, share the content as always. And I got my guy, Lucas, bro. What is happening, my guy? How are you, man?
Oh, I'm good, Gio, man. I'm excited.
Yeah,
New
man, I'm
Year's.
excited. Yeah, man. New Year's, you see, New Year's, new show. New Year's, new show. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So we have to do something, in terms of, new content for the people of the Juventus world, and to give you more content about Juve and to really talk about more inside info on what's happening in terms of the Mercato, because the Mercato is right around the corner and it's about to start too. And then Spalletti, Chiesa, Cancelo, all the rumors, etc. So we have to talk about it. And what a great way to start this show, man. Lots of news that we need to talk about, lots of crazy news that we're going to talk about. And yeah, and of course, has some questions, guys. So make sure to be prepared as well. Make sure to go follow Lucas also on his Twitter, guys. It will be in the description below as well. So make sure to do that. And yeah, guys, of course, let's get into it. The first topic, let's talk about Spalletti. Let's talk about Spalletti. Let's talk about, since it's a new show, let's talk about how he's done so far. Since it is the end of 20, we're coming to the end of 2025, going into 2026, and I want to know your thoughts on Spalletti, the way that he came in, etc., our performances as of late, and what we need to work on, etc. So, Lucas, take it away, man.
I've been very, very happy with what he's done so far. I think he's definitely taking us in the right direction. Um, 7 wins out of 8 has been surprising to say the least, considering the run we were on before.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he's done really well, and let's see what he's got for us for the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think in terms of also tactically, I feel like that in like the mentality wise, in terms of this team, he has done well, getting
hmm
this team back on its feet because, with, what happened with Tudor, we were not playing good at all,
Yeah,
so a big turnaround, I would say for sure when Spalletti came in, and possible renewal, rumors, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what are your thoughts about that? Do you think that we should renew him now or should wait until the end of the season and not make a mistake?
I think it's obvious. I think we have to renew him. I think even if we don't get top four, I think
Yeah.
that's for sure. He is the only coach at the moment I see taking us in the right direction. There isn't
Yeah.
a really a good option other
Yeah.
than him. But yeah, just give him what he wants, back the coach, give him what he needs in this January transfer window, and give him the contract he deserves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I really think that if we keep Spalletti, then we could be competitive in the next coming years. Maybe even this season, if we could get the right players in the January transfer market, maybe we could be competitive this year towards the end. Because
For sure.
um, it's always not how we start; it's usually how we finish. That's always my main concern. It doesn't matter how we start the campeonato; it's always how we finish in the season. So, I mean, let's see. I mean, in my opinion, Bremer coming back as well, helping the team has been massive. Hopefully we could, he could stay healthy for uh, you know, till the end of the season because we really need a defender like Bremer unless we get like a couple of defenders in January, which we don't really know in terms of that. I mean, we're hearing so many links of Muharemovic, etc. So I mean, what are you thinking? Because the Mercato's coming up. We're linked with Chiesa, Cancelo. What are you thinking? What targets should we go after in this Mercato?
Well, I don't want to point out the obvious, but obviously a center back.
Yes, yes.
I think a fullback 100% is needed. I cannot continuously watch Cambiasso start week in, week out, unless he plays like he did against Roma. That was his only good game so far this
Yeah,
season, in my opinion.
yeah.
But yeah, the Cancelo links are promising. I would take him on a loan for sure. Would I make it a permanent deal? I don't think so.
Mhm.
But I think there's just too many question marks about his performances, especially now that he's just coming out of Saudi.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And again, we need to really reinforce this team, in terms of creativity because I think we've been
Mhm.
lacking that, and Spalletti's system, he needs that. He needs that.
Mhm.
And do you think that Spalletti should change into a back four, or should we keep the same formation since we have been winning with that formation? What do you think?
With this group of players, no. But if we do sign defenders in the January transfer window, the right players, bring in a defensive fullback, maybe someone who's not Cancelo. But yeah, this current group, I don't think is suitable to play back four.
Yeah,
We've seen it once, I think. We saw it. Who was it against? Was it Udinese?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, we played with a back four, and we did look more fluid how we moved the ball around the back. But still, I think it's against a good team who will press us consistently. I think there are question marks there.
yeah. And I think that there's always going to be question marks with this Juve because the question is, can we be more consistent? You know what I mean, going into the new year.
Mhm.
And listen, we have been getting wins. We've been racking up. Of course, Pisa, Roma, Bologna. We've been getting wins. Spalletti, 7 wins out of 8. So listen, he's done a great job in my opinion, and I think going towards it. Listen, for renewing him, I would, but the management needs to get the players. The management
Mhm.
needs to get the players to really, because that's I think the only way that Spalletti can, really contend was if the management, and this is going to be a question as well, if the management and of course Spalletti will agree on the player that they're going to get, and that leads us going into our new sporting director. Ottolini is reportedly going to be taking over, and that's in that position in the management. So what are your thoughts about that?
I don't mind him. I think he did really well at Genoa, but
Yep.
he obviously worked at Juve before
Yep.
in his earlier years as a scout and then a loan manager. I think he's very youth focused. Obviously, that's shown in it who he signed at Genoa, most notably Matteo Retegui.
Yep.
And yeah, I think most of his signings at Genoa worked out, and he always sold for a profit. I don't think he ever once sold for anything less than what he bought them for.
Yeah.
So that is promising considering how we have done in the past.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and let's see. I'm really curious to see, with Ottolini coming in, because the problem that we had with Giuntoli, right? We even said this off camera and stuff like that was about, you know, his decision making with Motta, right? And also,
Mhm,
that he had full control really with who's going in, who's coming in, who's coming out, etc. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's see. I'm really curious because we cannot be able to screw up here. Like this is a
mhm.
season where we need to really start from scratch and to start to rebuild. And Spalletti, listen, he's in the pole position, to fight for the top four. So again, we need to build him a strong team. And Ottolini, is he
Mhm.
that guy? I get it. He was the scout for Juve once before. He's done well at Genoa, but at the same time, again,
Juve is a very different,
yes,
very,
yes.
very different.
Yes, especially with Comoli in charge now, since he's the new CEO
Mhm.
of Juve. That's a thing that I'm really curious about. So what are your thoughts about Comoli too? Because we're gonna deep dive into the management. What are your thoughts about Comoli so far?
So far, I haven't mind what he's done. What I am very happy with is how he is not taking total control. He's working with as a team with Chiellini, with um, who's the other one?
I
Modesto.
believe Modesto. Yeah, Modesto. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that it's not a one man anchor in the
yeah,
management. I like that they're working together very
yeah,
closely with the manager as well.
yep,
So,
yeah. No, and I think that's going to be really, really important. Especially because yes, we've seen Giuntoli right with the coach and stuff.
exactly.
But I feel like that with Modesto there as well, helping out, being with the players as well. I think that's also a big plus, because the question is who is the leaders of the locker room, you know? And
Mhm.
at the moment, I mean, what do you think about Locatelli, so far?
I knew this would get brought up.
Yes.
Uh, I think if you pay attention to my Twitter, I think everyone will know I am not a Locatelli fan, not in the slightest. I
Yes.
do not think he deserves to be starter. I don't think he really deserves to be captain either. but currently there are no leaders in this Juventus team, no real leaders. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, he's the best we've got at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, and that's that's the thing, I feel like that our fan base overhypes Mr. Locatelli over there, with some of his stats, and I'm like, okay, but what else does he do than just slide tackle over
Exactly.
over the pitch? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I really don't understand that, but yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think in terms of who is really the leader. Listen, Spalletti has taken over everything. You could see it the
Hmm.
way in the players, the way that we're playing as well. The way that, even if we're not playing good, we're still ending up to win, especially away from home against Pisa, which
Hmm.
was not going to be an easy game. Um, but we got the job done, before the year ended. And now, of course, we go into the Mercato. Names like Chiesa on a loan deal. What are your thoughts about that?
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I think if Chiesa was to leave Liverpool on a loan, it would be to be a starter. And at Juve, I just don't see him starting. Maybe
Yep.
over Conceição and Jekrova when they aren't fit, but he's
Yep.
not taking Yıldız's spot.
No.
So it doesn't make much sense to bring him in, if I'm being
Yep.
honest.
Yeah, I mean, to be I really don't know why we're linked with a winger when we could be looking for, other positions else, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
and especially in the midfield, I believe that we really need a creative midfielder like a regista type of player because that's really what Spalletti, thrives
Hmm.
on is that he needs to have like a Pjanic, like how he was for Juve, you know what I mean? Or like a
Exactly.
Pirlo, somebody like that to come in
Hmm.
to really help us in that midfield because we've been missing that since Pjanic basically left. We haven't
Yeah.
had a proper regista since then, and it has been terrible for our midfield. And I feel like that. Listen, Thuram, he's going to be an important piece, right? But the thing is, we need to have the dynamic player, the creative player to really help also the attack, to help link the midfield to the attack. And I think that's been one of our most problems this season and also the previous seasons before is not having a
Hmm.
proper regista and not even a proper creative midfielder as well to help out. Because if you're gonna say that Locatelli is a creative midfielder, yeah, okay, good luck, good luck with that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, what do you think? What do you think in terms of the Spalletti needs a regista?
I do definitely agree with that, which is why I got very excited when I saw the Samuele Ricci links.
Yeah,
I knew they were very unrealistic,
yeah,
but I would absolutely love to sign a midfielder, obviously. I think Spalletti does thrive on that, like you said.
yeah. Yes,
Um,
we got also a comment here from Jamal says we need two backup midfielders, a regista and a creative dynamic player. Yes, I agree with this because we really, really need some midfield depth, in my opinion. We really
100%.
need we really need. And also of course the back line too, right? And that's the thing about how is Comoli right now, because obviously Ottolini is not going to be really in preparation for this mercato, but in terms of Comoli, this is going to be the Comoli show of this mercato. And listen, I'm very curious to see what the players that he's going to
Mhm.
get to really strengthen the team and how, in a mercato, which, there's not going to be a lot of options out there. There's not going to be a lot of options. I'm hearing these Fratesi rumors, and I don't know what what are your
Ugh.
thoughts about Fratesi? Because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
If we paid 30 mil for Inter's fifth choice midfielder, I think it would be the worst decision I've ever seen this club make,
Yeah, no, it'll be bad, especially from a rival.
especially from a rival. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I'm like, yeah, no,
No,
I don't want Fratesi,
no.
even though yes, he has played good under Spalletti in the national team. Still a no,
Yeah.
because we're
I
gonna
don't
be
care
giving
how good
money to
Spalletti or how
our
good
rival.
Fratesi is
Yeah,
under
no,
Spalletti. No.
yeah, no, no. So that's a big no from me, and with going back on even with Cancelo. Why do I keep saying Conceição? It's Cancelo. Cancelo, you know what I'm saying? With being linked with Juve and Inter, and I'm afraid if he goes to Inter, he could thrive over there, and which is not, wouldn't be good.
Hmm.
So listen, in my opinion, I would go after Cancelo. I agree with you on that too, with a loan. So yeah, yeah, for sure.
Hmm. For sure.
buying a bench player to let your rival take a young defender who can and exactly. They're also after
Exactly.
Muharemovic as well, which hey, listen,
Hmm.
we can even get a defender like that too. I mean, if we really wanted to, because we have half the
Yeah.
price as well, and we need a defender
One of the very
badly.
few deals we actually did smartly.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the thing, we'll see what happens. I'm very curious to see what Comoli is going to really structure this Mercato, because we're also going to be,
Hmm.
saving up for the summer Mercato too, because there's even links already with Tonali, I'm hearing, and I'm like, oh
Oh,
no. I mean, listen, if
don't get my hopes up,
that's a
man.
dream. That's a dream for
That
Juventus, and
is
it'll
the
be a
dream.
miracle, but I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't really think that Tonali at the moment is going to be coming from Newcastle to Juve. I mean, listen, he was also a Milanista supposedly, right? So
Exactly.
I don't know. At the same time, let's see what happens. I'm really curious with this Mercato, the way that also how we're going to line up in the new year, because
Hmm.
we have games that, hey, it should be 3 points, what I mean, from all those games, and then
100%.
we lead up to the Champions League, right, against Benfica and in Monaco, and then of course on the 25th or 26th, I believe, we're versing Napoli. So that's another big test for us, the
Hmm.
rematch. So again, how is this team going to look? I'm not so sure. We'll see even more this weekend, which we're going to preview as well.
Hmm.
Since everybody's actually tuning in and stuff like that. So make sure, of course, to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, make sure to go follow Lucas as well in the description below. Um, but yeah, we have to talk about this game, and how we're gonna line up, because I believe Cabal and Conceição, they didn't train at all. I believe it was yesterday they didn't train, which not good signs in terms of where they are at in terms of fitness, in terms of getting back from their injuries. So again, I mean, what are your thoughts?
Conceição is a big loss, but I am hearing that it will not be Koopminer starting in his spot this time. It
Oh,
will
thank
be
goodness.
Jagrova.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's
So
good.
I think playing against Lecce, they make it very hard to play through the middle. So I think
Yep.
it will be the wingers who will see a majority of the ball while in possession.
Yeah.
They always force them opponents out wide. They play a very compact 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
So our wingers will be how we unlock this game, I think, for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree with my guy's comment here as well with Cancelo loan only. His wages are crazy, which is agree. His experience would be good, but not long term. Agree.
Hmm.
And plus, I really think that this team needs experience. We really need experience because we,
Exactly.
there's a lot of young players, and there's also players that haven't really won a lot of success or had success in you know Juventus, for example, and so we really need to I would say get experience, get people that have won already to really transform our locker room and maybe be the leaders of the locker room, help out. And I think that's
100%.
we really need to look for that. And I think Spalletti is going to want that. He's going to want experience, so for
Hmm.
sure. Of course, we get like 5 low block teams in a row, and then they just shove 3 big games in 1 week. Yeah, Juve always listen. We're always gonna get it, but listen, it's okay because I want to see what we're going to do, because
Hmm.
these are the games that are going to be the test if we could get all the points. Obviously, right? We are going to need, right, um, all the points that we can get, because hey, the other teams that are above us, if they drop points, we're there. We're there. So, especially with Bremer back, I'm more confident in our back line a lot more.
100%.
So
It's night and day with him in the back.
yeah.
We
So
we look so much better.
that's why I really feel confident whenever he's in that back line as well, because he even
Hmm.
makes Kelly look better. Lord Belly, as we call him on Tutto Calcio, guys. So make sure to go subscribe to Tutto Calcio as well. That is a banter/debate podcast, so make sure to go check it out. It's a Serie A podcast, so make sure to go check it out, because we're going towards 1K on that as well. So make sure to do that. That's a goal for the new year for that channel. So make sure to do that.
Hmm.
Look at this, bro. Bro, oh my gosh, bro. Might be unpopular, but selling Savona was a mistake. Same with Hoyson, Sule, Alberto Costa, but oh well. Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
100% agree with this.
I agree with this. I agree with this a lot. I
I
feel like that
really
we could
like
have used them.
Savona.
Yeah, we could have used them. I really think that we could have used them in terms of, even with Sule, right? His
Hmm.
creative, in terms of also impact as well. Listen, And then
And this
of
does
course
lead me into
hoisting.
a question that I have about Ottolini and Giuntoli. If we
Mm,
had signed Ottolini instead of Giuntoli, what would this team look like? I think he would have worked a lot closer with Mota. I
yep.
don't think he would have signed players like Coop Miners, Nico Gonzalez, good riddance, and and Coop Miners. I think he would have kept majority of our young players.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have sacrificed as much as Giuntoli did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that we need to also look at, with is Ottolini the guy to help us really rebuild this team?
Mhm.
For me, I really think that it's a 50-50 shot at the moment. I mean, listen, he's going
Mhm.
to be supervised by Kamoli, so we'll see. I'm very curious. I'm very curious
Time
to
will
see what's
tell.
going to happen, and let's see.
Mhm.
Time will tell. I agree. I agree. Yes, we need leaders in and out the field. Yeah. I think we
Mhm.
need, that even leads me to the ownership part. Where are you in your stance of this ownership with Elkan?
It's felt in the last couple of years pretty non-existent. I'll
Yeah.
be honest. I
Yeah.
don't think Elkan has been involved in the club as much as I think he should be.
Yeah.
I think Agnelli coming back would be massive for this club.
Yeah. No, I think that with Agnelli, I think it would be massive in terms of our ambitions, right? Um, but we'll see. Time will tell with that too. In hindsight, yeah, but Juntley was the exciting name at the time. Yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah, he
I mean,
was
if you look at what he
because
did with Napoli, it
yeah,
was the obvious choice at the
yeah,
time. But
turned out to be a bust.
that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, I know, but let's get into the game against Lecce since we already, we talked about most of the stuff in terms of the transfers. We're gonna talk about more transfers, etc. Any other guys, any other questions that you want to ask in the chat, do so throughout the whole live stream that we're doing this show. So make sure to do that, and of course, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. But yeah, let's go. Juventus Lecce. Lucas, break it down for me, bro. What are we doing?
Well, I've heard that Bremer will be starting again, which is good.
Yeah.
Um, Zegrova will be starting. I don't know who's going to be starting between Openda and David. I hope it'll be Openda because I think David, once again, let's say play with a very compact midfield. So I think David will be utterly useless. Once
Yeah,
again, I think we need someone who's able to run break lines as Openda can do.
yeah, and I
Because
think
David
that's a
tracking
big thing.
back is where he shines, and he just won't be able to do that this game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's a thing that I really have concerns about, right? Is how Spalletti will line up this team, right? With
Mhm.
Conceição. I mean, yes, we're hearing the Zagroba as well, but how fit is Zagroba really? And that's my question. Is he really able to have the full 90? I'm not so sure. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, maybe we'll look for another striker because Vlahovic could be on the way out, which we're going to talk about as well.
Mhm.
So that's going to be interesting to see. But we also have a question here as well, Lucas. We have a question. What are your thoughts on this tether buying Juve rubbish? I think it's disrespectful how they are saying make Juventus great again, basically bragging on how they think Elkan is running the club bad.
I mean, they're not wrong about that.
Yeah, yeah,
But the thing with Tether is it's a cryptocurrency,
yep,
and it is very possible that they go bankrupt within the next 10, 15 years. So I don't think giving them full control over the club is a good idea.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I when I heard Tether coming into to help out and stuff like that, I'm like, it depends on what the circumstances are, and also because you're right, cryptocurrency, they who knows, they could run out of money at any point and we'll be screwed. So but yeah, no, I really think that of course, with me, a lot of people know my stance on where I stand with Elkan. I want Elkan out, but at the same time, who is going to be the guy to come in, right? And that's the question about Agnelli returning, right? If he comes in and then maybe Tether buys a little bit of
Mhm.
some shares and stuff like that, as he did already, but maybe more, a little bit more, then I'll be like, okay, then let's see, because
Mhm.
we really need to do that, bro. We need to do that. I want to see more, from this
100%
Juventus
agree.
in terms of the management, because we need the management to really back up the team and the players, etc., and really to
Mhm.
full assault in terms of the mercato, get us some players, because we really need to do something, man.
100%.
Yep. I might be overthinking it, but I don't like it. Yeah, no, I don't like it with Tether that much. I mean, I feel like that maybe we could get somebody else to do it, obviously. Um,
Mhm.
if somebody else offers for Juve, hey, why not? Maybe.
Not
Um,
against it at all.
yeah, I don't mind David, but I wouldn't complain if we sold him in January. I wouldn't complain
Mm.
either. I wouldn't really complain unless we have the proper replacement. If we have the proper replacement, then I think that would be more of okay, we're safe. We're safe for the forward line. No, but we need, because I listen with Openda. Listen, he's played okay. I feel like under Spalletti, especially in the recent games. But
Mhm.
again, he needs to show more. He needs to show
I
more.
think if there were more certainties on Vlahovic renewing, I think I
Yeah,
would be okay with selling David. But with Vlahovic, I mean,
yeah,
being linked to Barcelona,
yeah,
there's question marks on it.
yeah. Big up to Adam in the chat. Big up, man.
I don't
Yeah,
even think
man.
Openda is 100% staying.
Yeah, I don't know. It all
He
depends
has
on
to
how his
play
performance.
45 minutes of 50% of the games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, yep.
So we'll see.
To be honest, y'all, I don't mind if we let Vlahovic go either. I was talking about it with Lucas too, but like they're going to bring that last minute contract extension. It all
I mean, we
depends.
didn't see that with Chiesa or Dybala, so I don't
Yeah,
really trust it.
that's the thing. Especially with this new management, we don't really know what's going to happen. Especially with
Exactly.
Comoli at the helm. And that's why I have my optimism about Comoli, but we'll see. Big up, Barbie. Big up every single time, man. Big up, bro.
Oh,
Big up, Barbie. Jew, bro, you growing a beard? Yes, a little bit, man. Of course, I
yeah, it
gotta let
looks
it.
good,
I gotta let
man.
it grow. I gotta let it grow. Gotta let it grow a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yes, 2026 will be a massive year because of the World Cup. Oh, 100%. We're gonna be
Mhm.
doing content as well for the World Cup as well. So stay tuned for that because it's gonna be great. Um, yeah. Again, let's talk about also some things about the Vlahovic. You know, who do you think that we could replace Vlahovic if he ends up leaving? Because I don't really know who's out there.
Who's
I mean,
available right now?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, who's really available to really replace Vlahovic, right?
Um,
Because I hope we're not going to stick with David. I mean, it's the first striker. Then
exactly.
you know what I mean? Because then
Yeah.
it's not going to look good. But
I'm not sure what strikers are available right now. I haven't heard much talk about any strikers really moving apart from Vlahovic.
yeah.
I heard Real Madrid were looking at Caio Jorge.
Oh my gosh, I heard about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Uh,
Crazy, man.
I'm happy to see him doing well in Brazil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But anybody else have any questions in the chat? Make sure to put it up forward as well. Lucas, any questions from you? Do you have any questions as well that you want to ask the chat and also myself?
Not at the moment.
Not at the
They kind of
moment.
pop into my head periodically.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. No, I mean we'll even talk about if you want to talk about more in terms of the transfers. I mean, what do you have in terms of news for Juve? More news in depth. What do you have?
Oof, putting me on the spot here. um, man, I don't know.
It's okay because we do have a question here from my guy Jamal. Says, "What's your best Juve 11 without injuries? You can pick formation." Oh, this is a good one. I like
Oh,
this question.
I like
Yes,
that.
yes. Lucas, go first. First, why not?
Okay, I would go. I would stick with a 4-3-3. I think.
Okay, how about this? Let's debate. We'll do this, Jamal. Let's debate ours. Okay, our lineups. Let's see this. Um, we'll see. We'll pick a player, right? You pick a player, and then I pick a player to see who really starts. And if we disagree, we disagree, and we debate about it. So that'll be
All
cool.
right,
We could do
I
that.
like that.
Okay, go ahead. You start.
All right, in goal, obviously, Di Gregorio. Right back, I would go Kalulu. Center backs, Kelly Bremer.
Mhm.
Left back, This might be unpopular. I'm going to go Weston McKennie.
As a
It's a bit of a
left back?
shout as a left back.
No. No, I don't know about as a left back.
I do not trust Cambiasso right now.
You don't
Defensively,
trust.
I don't trust him. Not in the
So
slightest.
why not? Okay, unpopular as well. Why not put Kostic there then? Because he has played well under Spalletti so far, or Cabal.
The thing is, both of them get cooked against a pacey winger. We saw that against David Neres, obviously. We saw that against Nicolas Pepe at Villarreal. McKennie is much more defensively sound and is capable of going infield and staying out wide, which is what I like about him.
Yeah.
And Spalletti seems to really like him. So that would be why I would choose McKennie over any of our other options.
Yeah. Would it be weird to put Kelly at left back?
Not if we had a center back.
Yeah, I mean, if we had another
that
center
means
back,
Gatti has to start.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, we don't need Gatti to start. But yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah. Well, you know what? We'll keep McKennie at left back. We'll keep McKennie at left back. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Okay,
Midfield.
midfield. Let's see.
Thuram.
Yep.
I guess I have McKennie at left back, so I'd have to go Locatelli and Moretti in midfield.
Ooh. Okay.
I might be second guessing myself now, actually.
You're like, huh? Maybe because you put McKennie as left back. You're like, okay, but you're gonna have to put,
take Locatelli's spot.
Yeah, that's right. But that's why I would say Kostic. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. His defensive. I mean, listen, he has done defensively well for Juve in the past. That's why.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, what do you think as well? I mean, what do you have anything to counter with the Kostic? What do you think?
His technical liabilities are just way too. What's the word I'm looking for? He's just too technically limited for me.
Okay.
I don't like seeing him spam 17 crosses and connect with 2 of them.
Yeah, no, that's always Kostic, man. It's always him. But you know what? All right, we'll keep okay then. We'll keep McKennie there. We'll put, even though I don't like Locatelli, but you see what I'm saying?
Neither do I.
He is all we got in the midfield.
He is all we have, unfortunately.
And that's why he starts, because if there was a better player in terms of creativity, in terms of maybe like a proper regista, he's not starting. He's a rotational player, 100%. You know, I mean, he'll be that player that maybe come, you know, off from the bench and be like the box-to-box player, you know, as well. And that's it, you know.
This comment from Jamal. I think João Mario should get more playtime. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as bad as Spalletti thinks he is.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Because João Mario has played, 20 minutes so far under Spalletti? Something like that.
And he might leave as well in the January Mercato, you know, and the thing is, too, you know, if we definitely lose him, right? Who do we really get? I think it might be, especially if we get a little bit of money, maybe we probably will go after Cancelo then. That's what I think, for sure.
I think Cancelo on a loan is a good option, and then going all in for Palestra in the summer is what would be my preferred choice.
Yeah. Since the top 5 in Serie A currently is separated by only 4 points, and Juve has been in a good run of form lately, do you have them in the Scudetto race? I know Inter, Milan, and Napoli have a game in hand, by the way. My opinion, no. I don't think that we are in the Scudetto race, because at the moment, yes, we've been having a good form as of late. At the same time, there's still stuff. Like, we were struggling against Pisa a little bit. Besides, yes, we scored 2 goals, but we were struggling. We were struggling
a lot.
You know, and listen, I think in terms of
we've just seen way too many of those performances for me to
I agree.
this team can contend, especially with how the top 4 is looking. I think Milan have by far the worst squad out of the top 5 in Serie A, but 1 game a week with Allegri, he's
Yeah.
going to get you results. They will not
Yeah.
drop out of top 4.
Yeah.
I think they'll contend for the Scudetto, in my opinion.
Yeah.
At the moment, they are still my favorites.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing is I'm very curious to see how, this team, because these are the run of games that I expect us to do, to get the 3 points, maybe, challenge a little bit and we get some, reinforcements, right? And then
Hmm.
maybe we could do that, in terms of in the Scudetto race. But that's the only way is we can have the same consistency as we were having in the past couple games now. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
and at the moment, listen, I mean, we've been playing okay, but now is where we need to dig deep and prove that we could definitely prepare ourselves and maybe join the race. Because like you said, Deontay, that Inter Milan and Napoli do have a game in hand. So that's the
Exactly.
thing too. So we need to also keep that in mind as well. Yes, Juventus is only 1 point off, right? 4 points off the top, but there's still, for me, Juve is in the top 4 race at the moment. And I think it's going to be until the end of the season, unless I see drastic changes from January on, from this team. And like I said, the
Hmm.
test will be in the Champions League as well for against Benfica, but also against Napoli in the end of January, which is going to be the game where we would have to see improvement. But at the same
Hmm.
time, right, Lucas, and you probably would agree with me, we have been playing a little bit. I would say we always play better against the bigger clubs than we do against the mid-table clubs. That's the
100%.
thing. That's the thing. I feel like that we play very well against the bigger opponents, but we you know we struggle against the mid-table. Like we really do struggle to really get
Hmm.
results. And I think that's been the I would say the biggest thing in terms of that has been even for the past couple of seasons has been doing well against the bigger teams, right? Maybe losing one or one game here, one game there, but the smaller clubs, we can't get over the line with that. For some reason, it has been like that for a while. But now,
Hmm.
with Spalletti, you're seeing we're even racking up wins against Pisa, etc. Getting win against Bologna, starting to get more wins. And I think that's going to also boost because remember, winning boosts the player's confidence and going on, in the next game. So
Hmm.
let's see what happens.
100%.
If we can, this is the time to do it to rack up the points because they're playing.
Exactly.
Listen, Napoli, Inter, Milan. They're going to be playing some tough games, guys. And this is the time to really rack up the points because if we do, then maybe one of them, their team slip, and then it's like okay, we're actually could be here in the race. But at the moment, for me, it's top 4. It's top 4.
I think top 4 just has to be the goal. And that is
Oh yeah,
obviously the standard. That should never drop below the standard.
yeah. And the poor decision from the club to swap Costa with Mario. Yeah, I feel like Alberto Costa was a mistake. We shouldn't have let him go.
I'm seeing rumors of Alberto Costa going to Inter. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
Under Spalletti, I feel more confident in Juve winning when playing bad than Tudor and Motta.
I agree.
Yes. Yes, because I feel like the Spalletti has, he has a game plan. He has a style, a proven style that has won. You know what I mean? So that's why
Hmm.
as well. I mean, yes, he didn't do well in the Italian national team, but remember, you can't really compare the Italian national team with club level.
Yeah.
So there we go. But yes, let's go back to our starting 11.
We were
So
in the
we
midfield,
had,
yes?
yes, we had Thuram, we had Miretti, and we had Locatelli starting for our midfield.
Ugh.
And and even I'm like
Oh.
disappointed with that because I'm
Yeah,
like, oh
exactly.
boy, I'm like, oh boy.
Oh. Hmm. Obviously, left wing. um,
Yeah,
Yildiz.
we have to
You
put
can't.
Yildiz. We have to put Yildiz.
Yeah. Oh. Striker, Jonathan. No, sorry. Louis Apenda.
No Vlahovic?
Here's the thing. Currently, 100%. But
Yeah.
in the future, I'm not sure. Because here's the thing. Vlahovic is in a contract year and a World Cup year.
Hmm.
I don't trust a player who starts miraculously performing well when they're in their last year of their contract.
That's very weird for a player to start doing that all of a sudden, and that's been Vlahovic, and
Exactly.
obviously he's injured and now and stuff like that, but I feel like that he's just been playing a little bit better and like trying to play better because
Yeah, because if
World Cup
his
year.
performances drop, he will not get that salary that he wants. Because I think earlier in the season, I heard he wants upwards of 8 mil, 9 mil,
Yeah. Yeah.
which for a player of Vlahovic's quality, when he's on form, yes, he's worth that. But he is just too inconsistent at showing that.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And that's a big thing, with our strikers at the moment has been the inconsistency to score goals, to really create chances as well. And we missed the most craziest chances that we actually even get. Jonathan David, for example, against Villarreal. I don't even know how he missed that. You know what I mean? So
I literally
again,
collapsed to the floor
oh
when he
my
missed that. I
gosh.
was up on my feet to celebrate.
I was like, "Are you serious?" So, like, I'm like, "Is this Vlahovic 2.0?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "Do I have to
Yeah.
really deal with this?"
Oh God.
So yeah. I would go. I get it, with Vlahovic, under the contract year, and I would say, I want to agree with you on this. I'm gonna go with Openda because for me, Vlahovic. Listen, I didn't really like Vlahovic, especially. I mean, in the
Hmm.
beginning when we signed him, it was promising, up and coming. You know, coming to Juve, scoring goals, but then after that, that one terrible season that he was having. Like he couldn't
Oh
even
my
drop the
God.
ball. Like it was bad,
It
and it
was
really, it really made
very
me turn
bad.
against him as well. Yes, he's doing well, but again, like you said, and you were even reminded, even people in the chat as well. It is the World Cup year, and this is where players start to play or try to play their best to get called up for their national
Exactly.
team. So with Vlahovic doing that, yeah, I'm starting Openda. I would start Openda.
Well,
I would start
Serbia's not
Openda.
going anymore, are they? I don't think
I
they
don't
have a
think so.
chance at qualifying.
No, no. So that's the thing.
Hmm.
So no, I would go with Openda.
Hmm.
Now
And
right
then right
wing,
wing, it's between Conceição and Zekrova.
Segrova. I don't know.
I haven't
It's
seen
because we
enough of
haven't seen
Zekrova.
him. Yeah, it's the
Exactly.
thing. We haven't really seen enough, and also, I mean, obviously, when he comes on, the flash that he does, except for the
Hmm.
final product, he doesn't have at the moment.
Yeah,
But you could see that his dribbling skill is a little bit more fluent than Chico's. That's for sure.
I think they're far more refined.
Yeah.
And the thing about Conceição, I slander him a lot. I criticize him a lot, but he has the talent 100% to be a very, very good player.
Yeah.
The thing is, I have to judge a starter at Juventus in the here and now. I cannot judge you for what you're going to be when you're a starter. That's
Yes.
my take. That's what I judge players on
Yes.
when they're a
And
starter. If he was a bench player, if Xhaka was starting week in, week out over him, I would not be so hard on Conceição. But when you're constantly making the wrong decision in the final third every single week, then
then it's tough.
it's tough.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I really think that this what this whole debate about with who should we really put there, with Zagrova and Conceição, it's tough because they both have their weaknesses and they both have their strengths.
Mhm,
So it's definitely difficult for this one. I mean, obviously because we've only seen a lot more of Conceição, I would pick Conceição, but at the same time is I feel something with Zagrova when he's fit, he's going to offer a little bit more than Chico. I think that's what I
I
think.
think so. One thing I
But
will say about Conceição is he brings
yeah,
a lot in the defensive phase of the game. I
yeah,
love how he tracks back, he wins the ball, he progresses it quickly.
yeah,
That's what I like about him.
yeah,
I don't see it with Zekrova. And
yeah.
Spalletti called him out for that as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's a
In
big
his
thing.
words, it's playing a man down in the defensive phase of the game.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's the thing. Um, we'll see what really happens though. I'm really curious,
Mhm.
but I think that I would say let's start Conceição on the right wing. I think we
I
should do
agree.
that. Let's start Conceição. I think that would be the good point, and that's our 11. By the way,
Mhm.
that's our 11. So that's what I would do. If we had a full healthy squad, that's how we have to do. I think in terms
Mhm.
of performances, that's how we do it. Um, Other than that, let me see. We got so here. It's always better to get those points. on the board first, because it's not always a guarantee that teams that have a game in hand will win those games in hand. So anything can happen. 100%. 100%.
100%.
I agree with you both. The top four is the main priority for Juve this season. Yeah, I feel like that we've, again, changing coach mid-season. It's, again, it's going to be tough because we were in seventh, and now we're in fifth, but only trailing by a couple points. Again, we need to keep winning. The only way that I could really see us doing something is if we keep winning instead.
100%.
Having little miss-ups as less as possible. Then that's the only way. But it all depends on what players that we get, I think, in the Mercato to really determine our fate.
I think after January, we can make a much more
better analysis
accurate
on the whole
assumption.
team.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think that's going to be the thing that I really want to see, and hopefully, this Juve, of course, with the Comoli and Ottolini that's going to be coming in, really, really study this team and really, focus on what we actually need to really thrive in this season. And of course, the next seasons, to come as well, because that's going to be really, really a big, I would say, thing that we need to look forward to, is the future as well. So,
100%.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm really curious to see how we're going to do, with this Juve. Spalletti has a big job in 2026 to see what he's going to be doing. But yeah, it all depends. Like I said, the backing of the board, also the ownership, right? I mean, there's also links that he's going to be, like I even have a news about Spalletti as well with his contract, as well as says Juventus is seriously considering extending Luciano Spalletti's contract beyond the current season. But it's not something that's going to happen overnight, of course, because we have a lot of things to do, as well as the doing well in Europe, getting financially more and stuff like that in terms of money and stuff like that, which we need, so something can happen. Hey, let's hope for the best for Juventus. I think that's and of course, we're going to be doing this show weekly, going through it, and you know what? Let's do our predictions for the Juve Lecce game. What do you think?
Ooh. I'm going to go Juve. I don't see Lecce scoring. I just don't. They have one of the weakest attacks in the league.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0? Yeah. That 3-0. 3-0.
3-0. I'm going bold. Normally, I'm a pessimist when it comes to Juve matches. Not this time.
Who's the scorers?
Yildiz and Openda brace.
Wow. Giving Openda a brace.
I'm giving Openda a brace.
We need our striker to, to start scoring more, and hopefully Openda can be the guy to do so, I'm going to go 2-0 Juve. I'm going to go 2-0 Juve. 2-0 Juve.
Okay.
Yildiz will score because he's been on fire. He's been on fire. And you know what? I'm going to say Bremer's going to score.
Oh, okay.
I really want to see Bremer score. I really think that he needs that. He really needs a goal. So I'm going to go with Bremer. Bremer would be the surprise goal for Juve. And that would show, man. That would show that he's back, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, man, that'll be good. But let me see what we got in the chat as well. 3-0 from, of course, Deontay. Yeah, but I know you're going to be hate watching for my tears, by the way, because he does this all the time, Lucas. This guy does this all the time. He wants to see me crash out live, etc. So
I've seen it.
Yep. Yildiz Openda Zagrova and 2-0. Okay. Okay, 2-0. 2-0. There we go. Di Francesco will be suspended for the game, but I don't think it will make a difference. I don't know. I really don't think that it will make a difference. I mean, let's see what happens, but
I think they'll start the game similar, but it could affect how they play in the second half, last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think by then the game should be done.
Yeah, and I think that's I mean, we're gonna talk about other stuff as well for the next episode. We'll save it for the next one. Big up to everybody, man. Big up to everybody. This is the last piece of content that I'm gonna be doing today. Maybe a video, maybe a surprise before the year is done. Maybe a little video explaining more about Ottolini that I'm gonna be doing. We'll go to deep dive as well, and of course we're gonna be here as well next week, next Wednesday, guys. Make sure to mark the calendar. The time will be actually not the same time as today. It's gonna be around 9 p.m. Eastern time. We did it a little bit earlier because since today is New Year's Eve, we're gonna be doing that. So make sure to do that. To stay tuned. Make sure, of course, to like, subscribe. Follow us on all socials as well. Make sure, of course, to go check out all the videos that are going to be happening in terms of this channel, etc. And also make sure to go subscribe to Tutto Calcio Pod, guys. If you haven't, make sure to do that. I'm going to be putting it in the chat, so make sure to type it on your browser on YouTube right now and to type in Tutto Calcio Pod because we are growing to 1K. So let's make it a goal for next year as well. And big up to everybody who has joined, of course. Big up to, of course, Deontay. Big up to, of course, Chloe in the chat. Big up to Jamal as well that we saw earlier. Big up to, of course, RB, Adam as well. Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody, man. It was great.
Big up.
Lucas, great to have you on our first episode, our first show, man. And it's great, man. What are your thoughts about the show? What do you think?
I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm very
man.
excited to see. It was a good first episode, and I'm happy.
Yeah, man, no, it was great. We're going to, of course, do more guys of this, in terms of the transfer, as well as the transfer market is going to happen a lot. And we're going to report a lot of the news as well. And we're going to explain more in terms of detail, more inside information as well as we could hear as well from other sources, etc. So make sure to stay tuned, guys. It was great having you, Lucas, again. And we will see you.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
guys. We'll see you all in 2026. Big up to everybody, bro. Big up to everybody. Yeah. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.